Hi, Els here. Welcome to a new Ribbon Carousel Spotlight tutorial. Today I would like to talk to you all about a few ways to use ribbon and twine along with your die cuts. First of all, we're going to add a bit of color to our die cuts by backing them up with some ribbon or twine. I'm going to work with one of these ormolu tags here, one of the number tags. Now in these packages you get the tags as well as the numbers. We are going to work with both of these today, but I'm first going to work on the tag. I have 3 strips of bright colored ribbon here, which I'm going to adhere at the back of the tag so that the colors are shining through the number, like this. So first I'm putting a lot of adhesive at the back of this tag along the edge of the number, and I'm making sure I have every spot there so that the ribbon sticks really well along the edges of the number. Working the excess away. And now I'm going to adhere the piece of ribbon that's going in the middle first, so I can eyeball it a bit and know that I have place for my pink and my turquoise ribbon as well. Cutting away the excess here. And there you have it. Now you can also give your die cuts a bit more dimension with this technique. I have a piece of white cardstock here and I've cut out a heart with this Presto punch die, and I have another strip of white cardstock which I'm going to cover completely with ribbon, and then it's going to the back of the heart. So first of all, again, I'm going to apply a lot of tape runner adhesive here, cover the surface completely, and then I'm going to add my strips of ribbon, alternating between these two colors here. Now you could also do this with baker's twine. At the end of the video I'll show you a few projects on which I used my elements here, and there's one of these cutout hearts with baker's twine behind too. It's really gorgeous as well. I think that'll about do it. Let me make sure I have enough. Yeah, perfect. I'm trimming away the excess cardstock here and cleaning up the edges. I'm applying some foam squares to the back of my heart, and then I'm sticking it down to my ribbon piece there, and I have a gorgeous dimensional heart. Now I'm going to work with this number here from the Armaloo tag, and this one I'm going to wrap completely with baker's twine. So I'm adding a lot of adhesive, and in this particular case it's even more important that you really cover every spot there on that number. And then I'm choosing some of this gorgeous pink baker's twine to cover it with. Oops, I missed a spot there. So putting my first string of twine down. Now you can see I have quite a bit of excess there on the right. I'm going to wrap that to the back and secure it down so everything stays in place at the end of it. Now I'm starting to wrap. You can see I'm working in a horizontal direction here. I've experienced with this kind of smaller pieces which are really curved. The tool is really curved there at the top. It is easier to work horizontally, or just choose a direction and follow that same direction. You could also just take your twine and start wrapping around the number and following whatever direction your number is going in, but with this curve at the top of the tool, you would just end up with a bulky mass of baker's twine, which isn't pretty to look at. So I'm choosing one direction and keep going. Ooh, stick there. Make sure you don't tear your number. I'm working my way up there. And every now and then I'm just really pushing, sticking it down. Works a lot easier this way. So there you have it, a fun and cuddly tool for your project. I've secured it to the back with some glossy accent and some tape. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to cut through some ribbon now. I have this piece of white cardstock, which is again completely covered with tape runner adhesive, and I'm putting down some strips of ribbon there, carefully placing them next to each other so the cardstock isn't shining through. And I'm going to run this piece through my color book. I'm using one of Tim Holtz edge dies here, Sizzix die. And I'm placing my strip down there onto the die. Now I don't own a lot of dies, not a lot of manufacturers, different manufacturers, but I did experience that this kind of deeper dies work a lot better in comparison to these flat dies, which often just don't cut deep enough. So these deeper dies certainly have my preference. Run it through there and keeping my fingers crossed. I have to pull a bit, there was a bit of excess adhesive there. Now this looks very good. No frills, no place where I have to cut with my scissors. Looks good. And these are all the elements we've worked on. I'm now going to let you enjoy a couple of projects with these. Thanks for watching. Bye.